Recording in progress. Puma Pants was here for a moment, and then he heard Mrs. Dovebar singing on the telephone wire out front, and he really wants to meet her. Uh, can we just lighten up a little bit? Can we just have a little fun today? I saw a hilarious bumper sticker the other day. Is said, "My karma ran over your dogma." It, I liked it. I don't think any of us appreciate dogma very much, do we? And while ostensibly I'm saying let's lighten up today, um, I am probably going to approach maybe the most important topic that I'm aware of. And boy, it's certainly not for the purpose of convincing or proselytizing, but it is to stimulate and to poke and to prod us into um, exploring the deepest questions at the center of our soul. So I better get going with our conversation. This, how shall we say, why are we wasting our time meditating? I mean, seriously, you guys, for the last 25 minutes, we could have been doing jumping jacks, we could have been doing uh, Wordle, we could be doing crossword puzzles, I could have been playing scales on my piano, but this absurd sitting and being quiet and looking inside of myself to see what's going on in there, because it's, it, in fact, there's nothing going on inside of me. It's just a random conglomeration of molecules and atoms, chemistry, just bumping into each other. And this strange picture that I seem to see is really just a temporary illusion, and the meaning and the purpose that I would ascribe to my life, and even the very love that I feel, is really just the product of countless iterations of evolutionary biology. My cat. Oh my God. And the and there's just here's what I'm getting at. Karma ran over dogma. So science finally cleared up the absurd superstition of religion, and we like that. And most of us will say, talk about the nasty nature of what religion has done to the world, in many cases, crusades, inquisitions, that sort of thing. That's kind of messy. But maybe that was the product of what the human mind does. But at the core of religion and spirituality, there's nothing less than the staggering truth, all appearances to the contrary, that we are divine. We have a spark of divine. In other words, all appearances to the contrary, no matter how much suffering or evil we see, or how much discord or disharmony we see in the world, and the world is hanging on the precipice, that underneath all that there is a spark of divinity, and that the search for that divinity, the actual deep hungering and thirsting and finding it, could be one of the greatest intuitive senses that we have. On the other hand, as beautiful and as wonderful and as glorious and as magnificent as our science is, and the fact that it gave me this, which, oh man, that it says, it mostly says that all order and divinity and meaning that we seem to see is really just a thin temporary template that we place over the top of disorder, entropy, nothing, meaninglessness, pitiless, blind indifference. And these are really two staggeringly different worldviews. And I really do posit, and I really do question everyone who's a questioning person to really not take anybody's word for it. Don't take religious people's word for it. Don't take people's word for it. Don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself. Go inside and answer this great question. Now, some people don't have this question, and that's fine. There's no stimulating this deep hunger and thirst for righteousness and truth. But I think if you do have this question, you just ain't going to be satisfied until not only do we get closer to the answer, but it permeates our life in a meaningful way. We know because we know because we know, in the same way that you love your kid and nobody needs to give you a diagram or a schematic that proves to you how much you love your child and the primacy of experience. And so there's a reason that we look inside of ourselves. There's a reason that we hunger and thirst, and that this pursuit is going somewhere. But it really is incredibly important to find out, I believe, in our own experience, whether, if at the bottom of it all, is there divinity? Is there light and love? Is there meaning and truth? Or is all that just a chemical phenomenon placed over the top of pitiless, meaningless atoms bouncing into each other, randomly producing things that appear to have meaning but really don't? It's a big question. Don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself. Find out today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Much love. I think you're divine.